Good afternoon, and welcome to More Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and we're going to be watching the Transformers live stream today. So, yeah, enjoy, and I'll do some commentary, and we'll see what's going on with this thing. I think I got it set up where y'all can watch the video with me. I got Optimus Prime's trailer holding up the cell phone so that the video can hopefully get to you. I hope it's not upside down. I really hope it's not upside down, so... let's get into it. All right. I guess I can only use one earbud.
Hey,
I gotta
Transformers
listen to
fans,
this.
welcome to another Hasbro Pulse fan stream.
Ooh, another Hasbro Pulse fan
We
stream.
have a lot to cover. So we have some figures that
Let's turn that up a bit so y'all can hear it better.
WonderCon, so we're going to go over that with you. We haven't given you all those details. We had something small like a movie trailer launch last week, so we also had an Optimus Prime for Studio series that launched with that. Yep. So we're going to sound off and kind of cover on that so we can get you all the information on that. We have a lot of new reveals today. We got Legacy United Wave 3. Those will be pre-ordering this afternoon.
Lined up.
There was also an advertisement for this fan stream. We kind of saw like some glowing red eyes. I think there's a Robosin announcement today. We'll have to see. We're going to get to that. And then yeah, I think we also have a Pulse exclusive today that has kind of been revealed, but we haven't talked about continuing something. So we'll get to that. Okay. But first, in case you haven't seen it, let's roll the trailer for you.
Pulse exclusive.
And we'll be back after we check it out.
So, how long do you think we'll be here? I'm not talking to him. You know what? We are so screwed. Thought you weren't talking to me. I know we're just lowly worker bots who can't even transform.
So neither of these guys sound like Optimus Prime.
Take these and access your full.
I wonder which one's going to be Megatron.
We can transform now.
Oh, it's a fun song. What, were they just launched into space or something?
Guys, that's not good.
This commercial is very confusing to me.
For a reason. Let's use them.
Whoa! I got a battle mask! It appeared with this guy. Knife hands?
Wait,
I have knife hands!
does that make him Optimus because he has a battle mask? But he's got knife hands.
Alright, I mean, pretty awesome. Be sure to sound off in the comments. I'm sure you already are. Let us know how you feel about
That's,
the
going to be an
three of us actually had a
interesting
chance to go
movie.
see a retailer preview screening. The movie was about 80% complete animation done. I thought it looked really beautiful. Like, some of the nicest animation we've had ever in Transformers history. Anything you guys, like, want to add?
I laughed at the humor. The humor was
I don't
good.
see the difference in the animation.
I was just fascinated with Cybertron as a whole. Like, it's just really nice to see a movie in Cybertron and really like focus on the
That's a sugar cat.
origins, and I'm all into it. I'm all in.
It was good. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, you see some.
I like that they got Thor to play in one of the parts.
From the trailer, but it's really
And Scarlett Johansson. Does that mean that
it's gonna be fun. So this fall, make sure you head out to the theaters.
it's like
check
a
out Transformers
little
1.
reunion?
Lots more to come from that.
Thor and Scarlett
the whole movie
Johansson.
line that you'll be seeing is like rolling out. We have another reveal that will probably be coming Comic-Con-ish time would be my guess. We'll reveal for Studio Series. So before we get any further, why don't we talk about Studio Series TF1 Optimus Prime?
Sure, why not?
No.
So as you guys know,
I want you to talk about Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime.
And then you can see his new Cybertronian truck mode in this next image.
Yeah, here we go. TF1 Optimus Prime. And it is Optimus Prime. This is not Orion Pax. We're kind of considering the mainline figures that have also been revealed to be the Orion Pax form because they are slightly smaller.
That's fair.
Yeah, so
that's good.
This is Deluxe scale. And I worked on this with Shusan over at Takara
Deluxe scale Optimus
Yeah, we're
Prime?
kind of resetting
Isn't
a
that
little
kind
bit
of small
within
for an Optimus
Transformers
Prime?
1. The characters will exist in scale with each other at this slightly smaller per se.
At the deluxe price point, yeah. That was something that we decided. It was just, let's lower the scales a little bit so then they're a little bit easier to attain for some people. So it's just something that we're doing there. But this figure is fantastic. He has fantastic
What? You're lowering the
articulation.
scales?
He
You're
composed very
screwing
well.
with the
He's got
scales
the
again?
unique structure
Come
of
on,
his
man.
shoulders.
I've got everything
He has
right.
a
I don't
Cybertronian
want to
truck mode.
change.
He comes with
I
Energon
don't want
X. He
things
also comes
out of
with a
scale.
Matrix of leadership.
Ooh.
Yeah. His
You
chest,
could have just
chest opens up and he's got a matrix in there, and he can hold it.
a deluxe figure with a
Everything
matrix
I've
of.
seen that's been revealed, no one's really
I'll be
sure how
honest
he
with you.
holds it. But Shusan had
I'm not
an
very,
ingenious idea.
very hopeful about this
essentially,
one.
Shoot, killing it always.
Always, right? Essentially, Optimus's hands have little tabs on the sides of them. So,
Oh,
just pegs.
little weird
Oh, that's
tab
amazing.
things.
Yeah, and he's articulated enough that he can actually hold
You
it right
could
in
have just
front of
given
them.
us opening and closing
perfect.
hands
Yeah,
like
So,
Rodimus
I
Prime
know
has
these
right here.
pre-orders sold out pretty fast.
There's a good
for a lot of people
Rodimus
trying to
with your
pre-order.
opening and
This
closing
is part
hands.
of something you've probably heard, seen online. It's called like our A-level assortment. So like
Oh, yeah.
super high-level, very popular characters that will be available at retail for roughly the next 9 to 12 months. So if you missed out on pre-ordering this guy and you enjoy the thrill of the hunt, Optimus very much will be a character that you'll be able to go to retail, find on a shelf, pick up, and add to your collection if you want to go do that this summer when he releases. But there will also be plenty more stock available online, again, after he comes out roughly sometime in July this year. It's his planned on-shelf date. So plenty of opportunities to get Optimus.
I know
if
I'm
you
going to go
have not
hunting
yet
for
had a chance
Swoop.
to secure your pre-order.
I was
I know
unable
he's
to
up
pre-order
some
Swoop.
sites, but you will, I promise, you'll be able to get your Transformers 1 Optimus Prime at some point this summer.
It's nice to see him making his way
Super
around.
cat.
And I should probably
Yeah.
comment that, hey, color-wise, these are the literal
Something
PMS
like
colors the
that.
movie is using. So, yeah.
His smokestacks come off his weapons as
Yeah,
well?
they do. They're
There
on a
is
5mm
one.
board.
Are they silver or are they gold?
So this is a much earlier production model that we had before.
Just don't
you know,
knock
have
the
studio.
TV
Yeah,
screen
so
over,
we got the
okay?
PMS colors in, so
Yeah.
we shifted to these, which is
You're
what's
immediately
actually
going to
in
try and knock over
Awesome,
this
I love that
guy.
they come off as
Yeah, they can be
accessories and
blasters,
weapons.
yeah.
That's
And if you
very
haven't had a chance, you can head over to Paramount's
Alright.
German YouTube channel, and you can watch the trailer in German. It's pretty entertaining. Just gonna throw that out there. I had a lot of fun. They sound very unique with their voice acting for that country. So if you want to have a good little fun,
okay.
go check that out.
All right.
The Bumblebee scene's really funny.
You're taking me back to when I would watch German anime intros.
Perfect.
Wow.
All right. So, but how about we take a little break
Pardon
from
me.
toys for a second, and we're going to shift into the auto-converting world of
Wait,
Robison.
a little break from
There's
toys.
announcements
You showed us
today.
one
No
toy. It wasn't even
out
a
there.
S at the
Revealing
end. It was a
Megatron,
singular.
Very much official
Toy.
OG Megatron. So we have a quick little video. Let's show you everything about this, and then we'll get him out on the table.
Another Robozen
Eager to
product.
get him out.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
So, wait, he's just going to transform into a gun, and the gun's going to fall sideways on your table? I know they're probably doing the tank, but isn't that a fun image to have in your head? Megatron, transform! And it just becomes a gun that falls over sideways. Like, that's no help, Megatron! Hey, you gotta give it to him for the terrible music here. I'm probably going to get copyright
So here
struck
it is,
for whatever that
officially
was.
our good boy OG Megatron auto-converting. This is great. I mean, he's pretty big. Lots of gray gunmetal going on. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We've been playing with Optimus and Grimlock for a while now, but he seems bigger, beefier, bulkier.
Bigger, beefier, bulkier.
Real treads, yeah. All right, so
Wow.
let's turn him on. His cannon here is pretty awesome. Got some great purple LEDs.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
Is that Frank?
So good, it's Frank. Like the video said, I mean, you're kind of probably hearing that faintly through our microphones. It's awesome when, you know, Frank is doing this. We've had the
They
original
got
actors on all three
Frank
now.
Miller to
so
do the
keeping
Megatron.
that
That's pretty
authenticity
nice.
with these items. All right, so we're going to spin him around because much like Optimus Prime, when he converts, he does it the other way. So we want to make sure that you get to see the full glory of him facing you on camera.
I'm so sorry, I'm touching Megatron. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Yes, the superhero pose.
It's just so flabbergasting to see that
Wow.
like, in motion.
Wow.
so
That's great, right?
that seemed like it
Accessories,
sounded
too.
cool.
It's kinda like
It
back in the 90s,
definitely
got some
sounded
projectiles
neat.
that do work with the cannon. He has a big sword. He's got his mace. So we're not going to put those in his hands while we're doing this today, but you can be able to see that in the video. A lot of fun. I'm pretty sure it will hit one of us while we're standing this close to it. So I don't want to do that and like ruin the moment. He does do some other fun actions. I think he's got a pretty cool like fusion cannon moment.
A pleasure to see you in pride.
Alright, fusion cannon moment going on.
Fusion cannon. Take no prisoners.
I love how the little G1 soundtrack is playing in the background of that.
That is so good. And he's articulated enough that he can do those classic
Yeah,
poses.
so
It's
this
so
thing's
incredible.
It really is.
He's available for pre-order, I believe, right now on Hasbro Pulse, or will be very soon. But don't leave us. Like, watch the whole fan stream. You'll have plenty of time. He'll be up for pre-order for a while. But you'll be able to get it. Full details on him.
That's a lot.
21 inches tall. He has a lot of servo motors.
Maybe Megatron won't be, he'll be available, but not everything will be available for pre-order if you wait too long. Swoop was gone in the first 20 minutes.
Before we move on to talk about other product, I think we should let him go to sleep. So yeah.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
Oh, it's always so good. Yeah. And then I think my favorite part is when you put him to bed. He says the best phrase ever.
Peace through tyranny.
So if you couldn't hear that,
Peace through tyranny.
Peace through tyranny.
All right, that's pretty good.
So check out this graphic here. We have all the pre-order details for you. And this guy will be coming to your collection.
Awesome.
Yeah. But, so, how about something new-ish? This was revealed in our 40th anniversary press release, but available for pre-order today, finally. The second item in our comic anniversary items is Grimlock. Let's check him out here in his Dino mode. Then you can also see him here in his bot mode. Comes with all those swords and the crown. But
Got myself comfy.
Let's talk about him.
Yeah, I mean, so 40th anniversary, we're trying to hit as many of the big beats as possible, and a lot of people were like, not just into the cartoon, but also the comic from back then. So this is part of that celebration, where we're just, like, trying to take some of those characters that maybe we haven't done or have been done, and give them the accessories that they need, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
No floating head this time, they get a crown instead.
no,
So,
I couldn't be as morbid as I normally am. But no. Grimlock's crown in gold, even though the first appearance of him in the comic, it was actually silver.
It's a new chair.
But
Trying
then
to find
every
my
other
comfy spot.
appearance, it was gold. Like, color accuracy. I never get angry about that. What are you talking about? But
I
he also
never
does
get
come
angry
with
about
Slug
color
and Slug's
accuracy.
Swords, but then also his comic book sword, which has like the little notch cut out of it.
A little chip into it. Yeah, that's cool.
Just as a point of difference.
Yeah.
And like worked on this with Hisui-san, so yeah, this is just who did the original Grimlock that we have right here. So this is just kind of adding on to it, and then we added a bunch of that like comic deco, yellow instead of gold, like things like that.
Yeah.
The blues instead of the black.
The box is
toning.
The box
Yeah.
is great too. The front cover art again is that.
So is
famous
his
Dino
entire
art
name
cover art where they
Hui-san,
come out
or
of the cave, and then
Hui-san,
the spine,
or is the san
back
part
and bring a box.
the
turn it sideways starts to complete more of that
you know,
diorama.
like-
So you'll
like-
see that in the econ
like
images
Sir
online
or
where you'll be able to
something,
see
or
how
is that
Shockwave
actually
and
his
Grimlock go
name?
together. Again, I think that was part of the press release, so you've probably already seen it. But
Hui.
for anybody who's missed it, you'll get a chance to see it again.
Odd name.
So,
But, yeah, Japanese.
this is a Pulse exclusive. Will be available for pre-order today. It'll go up this afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There,
for Pulse
if anybody
pre-order,
wants a
followed
comic
by
Grimlock,
around 2 p.m. for
it's going to
everybody
be
else.
available 2
Don't
p.m. for
worry,
everybody
we know
else.
a lot
What?
of these guys 'cause it's Grimlock.
Wait,
It's
you
awesome.
usually do
It's the
12
40th
p.m. for
anniversary,
Pulse
so,
members,
yeah,
1
so
p.m.
we
for
can
everybody
get,
else.
More
You
things to
mixing
come.
it up?
We're not done.
No, we're not done.
We definitely have hinted that there are more.
No, there better be
Can't
more.
Just be 2 pieces. It needs to be a little bigger.
Nope.
So.
We have a couple more characters.
All right, so you know
Yeah,
what's
you
better
can
than
only
one
handle
Dinobot? How about
2.
2 Dinobots? So I had the privilege of showing off Swoop at WonderCon, but we haven't had a chance to review him yet. So let's check out Swoop here in his Dino mode. You can see him as a pterodactyl.
Yeah,
really
you guys
awesome.
just surprised us with
And
the
then,
swoop
we
drop
also have
last
Swoop
week,
here
and
in his
or
bot
the
mode.
week before, and
Again,
you could have
comes with 2
done a
swords,
live
so
stream
there's a
like
lot
this to
you can
inform
go
us that
here.
Swoop was coming
Make
out.
sure that he was there.
Instead, you just let the
And,
scalpers get
I
it.
didn't kill him. He's still
No.
here. We finished the Dinobots.
And I
We did it.
appreciate you revealing him at WonderCon, so thank you for doing that. Yeah, so here we go. The 5th Dinobot. Brought to you by Hisui-san.
Weird. Did he like do all of them?
He did all of them.
Hisui-san
which is
again.
why they are all top quality and amazing.
I love it. It's a good leader collection. Took a
It
little
is.
while, but we got there.
It did. Perhaps maybe too long. But we did what we could with
What
what we
is that
had.
guy's
So
entire?
here we go. Leader class Swoop. And I don't know. He's just awesome.
I mean, he is amazing.
He comes with his comic book sword, or not comic book, I'm sorry, his G1 toy sword, but then also Grimlock's G1 toy sword.
So
We had a little bit
Grimlock
of
can
room
give
left
his
in the mold, so
sword
we were like,
back
hey,
to
yeah, we can put Grimlock's sword in here as
Sludge.
well.
No, wait.
So his thermo rocket launchers
Snarl.
come off, and he can hold these. And then we actually made it so that like the missile tip part can come off, so you can put blast effect parts right there.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That is.
Just because in the 86 movie, when they're fighting Unicron at the end, he shoots the missiles off. So I was like, I have to recreate that. And Swoop also can stand, like, so you can tell him the good parts of the story.
Tell him our good part, please.
Which that was, like, when we were kicking this off and discussing, it's like, Swoop has to be able to do this. He has to be able to
Oh,
stand.
that's amazing. Look at that.
Perfect. So yeah, I do know Swoop is sold out at most places where you like to pre-order, but
Really?
much like Optimus, he will be coming out this summer. There will be opportunity to get
Yeah.
him. I'm sure he'll go back in stock. So just be patient with us. Promise we'll let you finish your Dinobot collection. But speaking of Dinobot collection, why don't we show all 5 together? I think we brought the other 4. We'll put them out on the table. We'll take away Swoopy and his Swoopy. And we'll put out all the Dinobots for you. So you can see what your complete collection of Dinobots will look like in Dino mode. Sorry we didn't bring enough to do them all in bot mode, but we look forward to those pictures when you get them all in hand.
We raided my desk.
Yeah. We broke down Evan's beautiful display. Every time I get to go visit Evan, it's great. I just get greeted by G1 bots, and Dinobots are like the focus of it, and a character I can't talk about yet, but it's pretty awesome.
This is epic.
A character he can't talk about yet. I'm pretty sure that's Studio Series 86.
There they are.
So
in all their glory.
It took a bit, but we
the
got
entire collection. And yes, we hear you. I know a lot of people are just like asking for a reissue on the Studio Series Grimlock. We get it. Just give us some time. I'm sure that he'll eventually see the light of day again.
It's coming out in 2025. The leak already proved that one.
We'll try and rerun some of the others as well.
Yeah.
Just making sure that they get out there and people can complete their collections.
Very true.
So,
These are great.
So, sticking with Studio Series, I also got to reveal Bumblebee movie concept art Sunstreaker. So let's check out Sunstreaker in his bot mode.
Yeah.
And then we can also see him here in his
Are we just going
Cybertruck
over the
car
stuff that was
mode.
announced,
Again, this is
like,
concept
at
art
the
from movie.
WonderCon?
Never appeared on screen, but we had artwork
Come
for
on,
it.
give
so
me
we
the
wanted to
new-
make them. So,
we did.
here is Sunstreaker.
We did have artwork. The only thing that we kind of generated was the alt mode, but we stayed as true to the concept art as possible
Concept
for
art
Sunstreaker. What's funny
Sunstreaker.
is
Very curious what that
in the
looks
height
like.
chart that they sent us when they were originally pitching him off, he was gigantic. But it was like, no, we're gonna make him the same size as the other ones. So yeah, worked on this with Kunihiro-san. I think this turned out to be like a beautiful figure. Just a lot of the creativity that Kunihiro-san brought into like how the wheels work and how they're like inside the pieces made it look like a very futuristic.
Very
I like the way
Cybertronic.
the blasters go on the roof too. They just look right.
Yeah, they look like his kind of like engine spoiler bit. Yeah. It's just a good figure. I very much enjoy
A lot
it.
of fun. We get a lot of comments. We've gotten a lot of other people that are like, oh, is concept art like a new thing? Are we going to be able to get concept art characters from the first 5 movies? What else is going on? Is there any concept art from 86 that we could get into the line?
Yeah.
So, clearly we
Curious
looked at
about these
everything.
things.
I can't confirm or deny any future.
What other
facing
concept
products,
art are you
but,
doing?
Yeah, I mean, if there's artwork
And
for it,
can
we
you
consider
bring
it
us the tank
official-ish.
from
I'm
that
sure
5th
we're looking
Transformers
at it.
movie?
So,
Because that guy was
wherever
cool.
the spot makes sense to put it. Absolutely.
So another
they already
deluxe that I got
released
to
him. I don't
reveal
know.
was from our Gamer Edition collection, which was Video
Bulldog
Game
was his
Sideswipe.
name,
So
I
let's
think?
check out Sideswipe here in his bot mode.
Gamerverse
Very
Sideswipe.
heroically posed there, and then we can also see him in his car mode, or alt mode rather. But again, Cybertronian car, and really awesome here was he finally got his own figure. Right?
Yep, exactly.
It's odd
It was
that
super
Hasbro's
exciting to kick
playing
this one
catch
off
up
and be
right
like, he's
now
not
with
gonna
the
be
news.
Redeco of Jazz. He's gonna be his own
They're
figure.
showing us things like
And,
Sunstreaker
yeah,
and
when we were planning out
Sideswipe,
the
but,
line, I made sure
but
to
these,
put
we've
Sideswipe
known
and
about this stuff
Sunstreaker
for a little
together,
while.
because you got to keep the brothers together.
Bros.
Yeah. So yeah, worked on this figure with Shusan.
But those aren't the brothers, because
it's
one is
just
from the Bumblebee
the
movie
way
and
that
one
he
is from
was able to get the
Gamerverse.
wheels
You
on
could
the
have done the
shoulder and everything
Gamerverse
like that, like,
Sunstreaker and
it feels like the
Gamerverse
character
Sideswipe
from
at the
the
same
game.
time.
It's great. We have been
Or
listening to you,
concept
obviously,
art
so we made sure
Sideswipe
that
to
his
go with
weapon
concept
arm
art Sunstreaker.
doesn't have to just be on his arm, but he can actually hold it, but he will still retain that function of you can take off his arm and put on the weapon to match the video
function.
game.
So other people can use it, or for your scene pose outs and all of that. So,
Yep.
a lot of fun.
Great Cybertronian sports car type vehicle.
Yeah.
I really like how that's
I'm very curious how that's going to compare to the Siege Sideswipe mode.
The conversion for this figure is pretty crazy because it doesn't convert the way that you think it would.
Really?
Because maybe I was used to the Jazz Redeco one, but just the way that his parts rearrange, it's really fun.
Oh.
So that'll be great.
We'll have to get it a whirl.
Still a chance to pre-order. Should be available on Hasbro Pulse. So when you're doing your pre-order this afternoon, you can add this one to your cart as well.
Yeah, are there any new pre-orders coming out?
All right. So my final reveal of the day while I was at WonderCon was our good friend Shockwave from Bumblebee Movie Voyager Shockwave. So you can see him here in his bot mode, just looking ever so imposing. And then you can see him here in his Cybertronian tank mode.
Wish I could fast forward through this stuff.
We actually had a lot of fun with this one. Our good friend John Bailey, who was actually the voice of Shockwave in the Bumblebee movie, was at WonderCon and actually came and played with this. Was super excited to get one of these and did a nice review for it for us online.
His voice is epic.
Yeah, he does really good voices.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
all right, so Sam worked on this one, so we got to cover that part off.
Yeah, Sam worked on this one with Koki-san. Yeah, so we're just kind of covering right
Koki-san.
But yeah, like I think everybody, the moment he kind of popped into the screen, everybody was like, Shockwave! Like, the fact that you could tell that it was Shockwave and it looked good, everybody was super excited, so we had to make sure to get him out there in Voyager as an appropriate scale for him and build out the rest of the Decepticons that show up in the beginning.
Yeah, so good. The colors
I guess
good,
it's just kind of like saying
battle
Mr.
damage on
Koki.
him.
Yeah, it's
the
Koki-san.
That's great, yeah. Just a
You
fun
would
figure.
say
Again,
Mr.
available for pre-order now, so add it to your cart this afternoon when you're doing that. Just another great Bumblebee character, Decepticon.
Yeah, we have a few left.
Yeah, I love all the sculpt detail on the actual energon cord to his blaster.
Yeah.
That's really nice detail. I like the elongated, like, tank mode, spider tank mode, basically.
Yep, very much influenced by like Prime and like all that other stuff. So yeah,
this really looks good.
All right, so like I said, these three that we just reviewed available now. Swoop, he'll be back in stock. I promise. You'll get another chance to get him. He's coming out this summer. We will make a bunch of Dinobots. You'll be able to add him to your collection. All right, so let's get into the new stuff. So it is our 40th anniversary. We've been celebrating with Legacy so far through the year. So let's talk about first. This guy actually happened to leak kind of early, but let's check out Sideburn here in his bot mode. You can see this beautiful car here. The front of his car goes on, and then we can also see Sideburn here in his alt mode. So let's talk about this guy.
So Hasui-san worked on this character. Obviously, it's a redeco of Shadow Striker. It was really nice to get this character in the line, obviously, following the HasLab. Just a really awesome.
Oh, right, he's from Robots in Disguise.
This character, I mean, that original character, the original toy had like a licensed car, but here we actually did a different car style, which was a non-licensed, and it's much shared through like the Shadow Striker character.
Aww,
but
you couldn't get a licensed car?
Really, like, made this come to life.
Hasbro.
The colors on this mold look really
That's
fantastic.
sad.
The alternate head sculpt that actually has the
Cars
translucent.
Car manufacturers don't want to work with you anymore?
Is actually painted.
Kind of getting that impression because they haven't had licensed cars in a while.
You gotta love that. I mean, this really does reign true to the series as far as the robot mode goes.
The days of alternators are done. They just have all sorts of licensing.
Metallic in his tint, which in the series you could see like there was like a lot of like shimmer highlights to him, and I just thought that it would fit very nicely, and he also obviously carries over his metallic flames on the front and the side of his car mode. We did paint the inner rims, so you do get that. Even if you want to pop these things off and put them on your Shadow Striker, you can. But yeah, I mean, it has all the deets, really.
So good.
Yeah,
so
it's very good.
It's just wild to look at this mold and in such a different color and like, you know, have a different character. It really does look completely different than Shadow Striker.
And I mean, Evan and I were only kind of hinting that you could fit this on Ultra Magnus and Card Carrier mode during the entire campaign. So clearly, if you backed Omega Prime, you're going to need a Sideburn to go with it.
I think everybody knew when they saw Shadow Striker's chest, like with the engine, they're like, oh, we know who's coming.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so let's talk about a new character next, and keeping with deluxe scale. So, next in our Infernac universe, we have Nucleus. So this is our new Rock Lord inspired character. You can see him here in his bot mode, this beautiful white look, and then we can see him here in his alt mode. This vehicle form is pretty awesome.
What in the
Yeah,
world?
this came out pretty wicked. Yeah, worked on this character with a Jima-san, totally brand new character. Dipped into the G1 series after I did the Death Crystal for Shard. I thought it was really nice to actually dip into Nucleon, which was in the G1 series. So if you actually use the power up of Nucleon, it actually looks like this chrome. As you can see, the chrome hits right here, on the character. And then if you keep the Nucleon on too long, you actually
turn into an action master.
You can't transform anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like an awesome power up, but at the same time, you just can't keep it on forever because then you'll lose the ability to transform. I thought that concept there was really cool to add into this whole weaponizer faction, really, because you can power up your figures with all of the cool attachments and everything. As you can see, you got like a huge rocked out mace club. So this is actually modeled after like quartz. So there's a certain type of quartz that's actually white, and you can take a look at that actually for those mineral buffs out there. These characters
That's
do
cool.
really
So we got
take
quartz
on those
spots.
kinds of like, you know, rocky texture.
Another
They're
crystal.
obviously sparkless spots. They have like the hollow
Come
chest.
on, guys.
And you can see
You
a lot
done
of
Rock
his,
Lords,
head
and you
sculpt
gave
is
us
very
2
reminiscent of
crystals
those, old
and
sci-fi,
dried magma.
Android figures
So far,
with the-
we don't have
that's-
granite, we don't have
Yes,
basalt,
yes,
we don't
that's
have any
really
of the
what
actual
inspiration
rocks.
was there, and,
We just got
I really
things
do
that
think
come
it
with
came out
rocks.
They've been a lot of fun too. Like we're taking Rock Lords kind of to like their next evolution, right?
And these
like,
have-
it doesn't have to just be
crystals
a rock. You can also have an alt mode
kinda
that
like
can
rocks.
fly. It's all part of the same world
But
to a point.
I was expecting,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
basalt
it's a
or
partial
granite.
of Magnius, but as
Limestone.
You can see, the
Well,
whole
maybe not
entire
limestone.
vehicle mode is more like a rocked out
But
thruster, like almost
Definitely
like
something.
Batmobile
Like marble.
esque
I mean, this guy could have been made of,
figure,
you know, he could have been a marble.
Really cool.
All right.
It's
So
weird.
we
And
have
they
one
do
more
marbling
new
with the
deluxe
paint
this
all
way.
the time,
There's
so
a
it'd be
package
perfect.
refresh,
Do a robot out of,
scalpers,
you know,
items,
oh, he's made out of
to
marble.
get
That's
there
where the
this way.
marbling comes
So
from.
let's look at Cybertron.
Missed opportunity,
Hotshot. This one
guys.
was designed by Takara
Focusing
Tomy
on the
from
crystals
beginning
too
to end.
much.
So you see
I was
Hotshot
really
here
hoping
in
for
his
some
bot mode. We can
cool
also check
things.
out his vehicle mode. It's like straight
Yeah,
off the
Mudstone.
animation to your toy. Let's talk about Hotshot.
I'm seeing a cyber key.
Yeah, the cyber key's
sedimentary
there, and
rock
actually
bot.
we did have a deco op to make it red, so it matches.
Fantastic.
Oh, they're doing another
manual
Hotshot.
pull-out,
Seriously.
wings here on the side
Can we
of the
get some more
vehicle mode
characters
and
from
robot
Armada
mode.
other than
So Tomo-san
freaking
actually
Hotshot?
brought this figure to life, and as you said, this is Takara led. We just had a blast. I had a blast kind of sitting
like
back
Hoist.
and watching
He was
Tomo-san go to work on this figure. Obviously, the color scheme is very reminiscent.
I'd like
of the
anything
old,
else from Armada. Give us some
toy,
cool
but
new
also
things from
tries to
Armada.
emulate what was seen on the animation.
Yep.
But yes, you do get the cyber key with the Velocitron logo on there. Let's see if we get that there, right there.
Nobody was a fan of the
Yeah,
Cybertron
yeah,
show.
and he does have his. He doesn't have the missile on
I
his
wasn't
accessory for his blaster, but
He does have ankle tilts.
He does have ankle tilts.
So-
It's actually a very posable figure. It actually
Yeah,
really
it's fantastic.
I love the sports car.
Yeah.
It's really Cybertronian love right there, you know.
It's a big beefy boy too for deluxe. Like he's
Yes.
solid. He's solid.
Yeah, he actually scales very well with Starscream, as you know.
Perfect. And maybe
Well, at
scales
least they're
pretty
keeping
well with
these
the last
guys in
character
scale.
we have to reveal for the day. So I got a lot of comments about this one when I used a certain piece of Covenant art at WonderCon for the Through the Space Bridge.
Come
but yes,
on.
officially confirming it's Cybertron Universe Vector Prime. So let's see Vector here in
Oh.
his bot mode. Comes with that beautiful.
Couldn't have given
sword.
us Energon
The
Universe
render
Vector
comes with
Prime
packaging, and
first?
then we can see here
I like
vehicle
the
mode
guy
that
in
might
Energon.
pull off with this. You're probably now figuring
The
out
first Vector
this
Prime you
part
give us
also
is going to be the
that you're seeing.
Cybertron.
Of course.
But let's check it out on
Alright.
the table.
It's
Yeah.
a very clever part.
It's
I
very
don't really
well
understand
done.
why.
I think so. I think the colors really do bring him to
Not
life
coffee.
in his Cybertronian look. So he's partial off Jaxus, and I worked with Yuya-san over at Takara with this character, and I have to say, like, at first I was a little hesitant because of a lot of the sculpt details that we had to leave, but then once the colors really kind of came in on this character, I was like, wow, won me completely over. He actually does have the Minicon port. We couldn't fit the Minicon in here, but at least if you have the old, I think his name is Sharpshooter maybe, you can actually fit him on the front. You can actually, he does come along with his cyber key as well, and there's multiple placements of the cyber key. He does
You
have
could
his
put in a
Blade of
cyber
Time
key, but
there,
not a
which is
Minicon.
Very epic.
You have the cyber key pegged into the front of the chest as well.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. We should probably showcase his, the sculpted detail and the actual deco operations for his orb is pretty mystical. This is just a fantastic character. Can we talk about the character for a second? Because
I just love, like, I love stock transformation sequences, and his always had, like, gears and clockwork because of, like, him being associated with time, and I always thought that was so cool.
Time shenanigans?
Yeah.
Never. We wouldn't have time shenanigans.
No, never. It's not like that's a theme of our line.
I mean, that's why it's so great to have this character come into Legacy, because all of the time shenanigans that have been going on, I mean, This guy is really.
Yeah, but it was the Energon Vector
Yeah,
Prime.
now
I
you
could
can
have sworn it
decide
was
if
the
like,
Energon
this is
Vector
good,
Prime.
is this bad, or what's next? Like, do I have to reset the world?
Right.
There's a lot of options now within what you get to build out for a story when you play with your figures.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great spaceship.
Just like as a spaceship in general.
The gold on the top
sick.
too is like so shiny.
Yeah, it's
pretty
great. Yeah.
This figure's really good.
Whew. Here we go.
All right, so that's it for new reveals. This is Legacy Wave 3.
No Studio
So,
Series
again, that was
86
Deluxe,
Optimus Prime announced.
Deluxe
SOB.
Cyber for Robots in Disguise, so you can add that to your HasLab Omega Prime. Then we had our Infernac Universe Nucleus, so our
Such a
new
SOAB
Armorizer
situation.
Rocklord there. Then we also had Cybertron Hotshot and Cybertron Vector Prime. So those are the new Cybertron getting some love too, because every series was somebody's first series since 40th anniversary. We want to make sure
you just give no love to Energon.
Right. So those will be available for pre-order today, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern.
I haven't gotten any Energon stuff yet.
And then, we have the other stuff that we talked about. We have our Pulse exclusive Grimlock from our comic Anniversary pack. That will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Pulse Premium members, 2 p.m. for everybody else. The Studio Series stuff, with the exception of Swoop and Optimus Prime, are available for pre-order now. Grimlock, also available for pre-order now, so you can do that. But we're not done yet. We keep getting a lot of love through the Space Bridge, so I thought, we should try to keep doing that.
Oh, finally,
so let's
come
talk
on.
about what
What's
we
coming
will
up?
be revealing, next time we finally get to meet with everybody. So up first is a Core Class Studio Series character taking us to the world of 86. We have Core Class Steeljaw.
Thank God.
Steeljaw.
Core Class Steeljaw, finally.
Obviously, fill out.
We hear you. We hear you guys.
Everybody loves them.
Everyone loves them.
Yes, we've been wanting Blaster's minions for a little while.
We're gonna break my arm to be like, Evan, you have to make a robot line. It's like, oh no.
It's so funny. All right. So let's talk about our next one. So this is actually going to kind of be a troop builder of the year in our Gamer Edition. So this is our generic Decepticon Trooper, right? I think we're calling him. I think generic is definitely in the title on the box. No, this is our Decepticon Trooper from the War for Cybertron. Maybe a little preview of what might be on the boxes on this slide. I don't know, because it was really hard to find just a picture of him.
Thank you for finding that picture, but that's literally what it is. Yeah, it's the Deluxe Decepticon Trooper from the War for Cybertron video game. Okay,
Oh, that's fun.
So troop building. We're going to bring you some troop building for Gamer Edition, so you can build out some shelves now that we have some characters, right?
Yep.
All right. Then who doesn't love a Seeker, right? So we got a Voyager coming. Clearly was in that scene in the beginning of the movie.
Along with many others.
Yeah,
You
so-
could probably argue
Which
that he
movie?
might have bid it when Bumblebee jumped on top of him.
Yeah.
That might have been someone else.
You never know.
You never
So,
know.
coming up is Voyager Bumblebee movie Skywarp. So you can see here purple, blacks. Again,
Oh,
beautiful
it's that
colors.
Bumblebee movie
Looks like
Tetra
everybody
Fighter
likes Skywarp in
again.
general,
I
so-
hate that thing so much.
I think there are a lot of Skywalker fans out there.
This will complete the original trio. So,
Perfect.
Collection finishers, we like.
Try.
We like those.
All right. And then let's talk about Leader. So Leader, another 86 character this year. I think people are gonna be pretty excited about this. We get to fix some things from War for Cybertron. We have 86
we did.
Springer.
Yes. Just to kind of put it out
Springer.
there, essentially we took that Voyager War for Cybertron Springer and we're plussing him up. We partialed him out and we were beefing him up to kind of be more representative of how he looked in the movie.
Yeah.
So
I always
have better things to do
I
tonight.
did like
than
that
die.
siege mold. I just wish they'd fixed a
every
few
time.
things with it.
So-
Maybe they did.
All right.
That'd
and
be
then
nice.
sticking with, we've talked about Optimus Prime was what we call
Yes.
A level. So there's another character in that assortment that you'll be able to toy hunt all summer. But we're also going to reveal it. We have an 86 Bumblebee.
we do have an 86 Bumblebee.
This is
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes,
Evan did a great job on this
We're
character.
so excited
Can't
about this
wait for you all to see just how awesome this character came out. It will be soon. You'll get to see it very soon.
This just hits all the points of A to Z for Bumblebee. For me,
I'm
it's
glad
just
you were so
my
happy
Bumblebee.
with it.
I'm so happy, so happy.
All right, and then last but not least to talk about our next Pulse exclusive in the comic line coming in our third offering will be none other than Leader Straxus. So
Straxus.
use the Dan Kana art here. Not going to be fully like that, but very much from the
Straxus?
pages of the comics. It looks awesome. Evan got the
Who's
FEP in the other
Straxus?
day. The colors look great. Can't wait to show you the packaging. Amy killed it on the box just like she did on the first two.
I don't know who Straxus is.
Again, you get to build out that mural more. That'll be a lot of fun.
Beefy boy.
At some point we'll have to do a blaster so they can fight. Like with that comic book.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying we should anniversary the comic book capsule and do more of them?
I wouldn't be against it.
Selling in. Perfect. All right. So favorite thing we talked about today?
We showed a lot today. You've done a
Well,
lot of talking.
it seems like they're about done with everything. This has been interesting.
Mine's Vector Prime. Easy.
Vector Prime.
At least we got a Steel Jaw and we got
I
86
probably have to go with Swoop.
new stuff in, which is good. But no Optimus Prime announcement. But we know it's coming.
Actually, I'm partial to
Nothing new on Armada line,
it's just like
which is sad. But Sideburn sounds cool. I mean, I'd like to beef up some robots in disguise stuff before I get that Has-Been next year.
I really enjoy the comic capsule.
So,
I think once
yeah,
everybody gets
overall,
to see all of it together, it'll also be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to how we're going to.
Not really a lot of new information for this live stream. Mainly Robus and Megatron was pretty cool. But yeah, overall,
3, Sideburn, Nucleus,
pretty cool.
Hotshot.
You've been sleeping on my keyboard over here.
Today,
You
1 p.m. Eastern
fat
Standard
thing.
Time. Pulse exclusive coming Anniversary Grimlock, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Pulse only.
Say
for Pulse
goodbye,
Premium members,
sugar.
available to everyone else at
Say
2
goodbye,
p.m.
wave goodbye to the
Sideswipe,
people.
Sunstreaker, and
Goodbye.
Shockwave should be available for pre-order now. You can add those to your cart whenever you feel like it.
Alright.
Robus and Grimlock also should
Thank
be
you
available
all
for
so
pre-order
much
now,
for
so
watching
make sure
today's
you have
video,
that.
and please tune into my channel,
Robus and
blind_Prime,
Megatron,
where I raise
yeah.
awareness for the visually
It's
impaired
been
and
a
the
long
blind through
day.
alternative
Yeah.
means and methods, and this is
You can
including
also
to,
check
but
out
not
Robus and
limited
Grimlock.
to,
You can buy both while you're there, so
what
you
I'm
can
doing
find
right
that.
now, which is just going over live stream. Until next
I
Prime,
think that's it. Right?
Well, we talked about
bye-bye for now.
Oh, we did talk about Swoop. He'll be back.